What's going on, everybody? Back again with another mock draft, 4-round mock draft, this time for the New England Patriots, who have the 14th overall selection in the draft and actually have a decent bit of draft capital to play with within the first 2 days of the draft and also the first portion of day 3 in the 4th round. I've been doing 4-round mock drafts for every team in the NFL, starting with when they make their first selection. So with the 14th selection, the Patriots are finally on the clock at this point. What are they going to do? Some wide receiver help, some cornerback help, maybe a linebacker at some point. The New England Patriots kind of in a weird spot right now. I think they're still trying to figure out, like, is Mac Jones a guy that you can win with? Bill Belichick and company trying to get that answer themselves as well. But without further ado, we can dive into this. If you are new, subscribe to the channel, leave me a like, hit that notification bell if you're new, or if you are a returning, I almost said customer there, but not a customer. If you're a returning viewer of the channel but haven't yet subscribed, please do so. It helps me out a ton. But let's dive into this. Alrighty. And let's see how Carolina cooks up Bryce Young, then Anthony Richardson. So CJ Stroud does last until 4. Kind of some smoke surrounding that being a possibility, but 4 quarterbacks within the first 5 picks, very possible. The Chargers moving up for Broderick and then Cincinnati moving up for Witherspoon. I'm curious now. PFN, which I've been using for this entire exercise, just to stay consistent, now has added the ability to trade players. So I'm curious if we've seen, Austin Eckler, part of the deal. Wow. Picks 21, 85 in Austin Eckler to Philly for Broderick Jones. What's Cincinnati give up? Oh, pick 28, Jonah Williams and Tyler Boyd to Tennessee for pick 11 to select Devon Witherspoon. And then Bijan here. Why the Giants? Okay. I was like, oh, is Saquon going to be part of the trade to the Jets? So the Jets, who likely are going to have to send a day 2 pick for Aaron Rodgers to the Packers when that's finally figured out in 2030, they're recouping some assets here moving back. I like that. All right, but where on the board here? Jalen Carter's still on the board here. If he's not going before this, I don't think Belichick would be the guy to stop the slide. In this spot, likes Skoronski quite a bit, or the Patriots don't like Skoronski. I think they need that big press corner. The best length we've seen at the position, maybe ever. We're going Joey Porter Jr., super sticky, cleaned up the penalties last season. He had just one, and it was in the first half of the opener. It's weird because I think at this point it's just kind of like draft fatigue. You saw where he's at on the board now in terms of overall prospects. I like him as a player. I get it's a loaded corner class, and a lot of it kind of becomes like, I don't know how somebody doesn't have Christian Gonzalez as number 1. If you're in the comments right now and he's not your number 1 cornerback, please let me know. Literally, I'm trying to just figure it out why he would not be anybody's number 1 corner. But after him, you're not gonna get a ton of pushback from me, whether it's Witherspoon or Porter, Deontay Banks. Like, I love all these guys. I think it's a fantastic corner class. So, Patriots get in on the action. They go Joey Porter Jr. at 14. And let's see what's still on the board here for them at 46. Linebacker very much in play. I think they would have. Oh no, Trenton Simpson went, but anybody besides Trenton Simpson's on the board here. They could go Drew Sanders, a versatile linebacker they can use in some blitz packages too. Jack Campbell can, probably a little bit better in terms of his coverage ability, ability to get sideline to sideline. Drew Sanders, though, he can get sideline to sideline too, 6'5" as well. I think they're going to like Cody Mock quite a bit there. Steve Avila. They need offensive linemen, but is it guard? What's their wide receiver wise? No, there's a nice receiver run that just happened too early. Yeah. Would they go? I haven't seen him mocked here a ton. they're looking for help along that defensive line. Kalijah Kancey probably, I mean, he doesn't offer anything in the run game. You're looking at him probably as just like a 3 tech. He's really just gonna be he might be the best inside pass rusher in this class, but you're not getting much in the run game. This is tough. Also, like, you guys are seeing me make this pick in real time. I'm really debating with it here. Um, I like their ability to add something else probably further down the line on the defensive side. If they don't go offensive lineman here, I think it's gonna get pretty ugly. He's strictly just a guard, but I think the value's too good at this point. We're going Osiris Torrance, who, in my opinion, is gonna be the first start off the board. I think he goes in round 1, but hey, if he's still here at this point, whether they're gonna list it as one of their top 5 needs or whatever, I don't care. Um, they need more talent on that offensive line. And Cyrus Torrance is one of the top. I don't know because it's like if you use Skoronski as a guard too, like Cyrus Torrance is one of the top 5 for sure offensive linemen in this class. Period. Now, where exactly are you putting him at? Probably a little bit of a debate, but guard 1. Um, oh, if we didn't take Porter earlier, I would be jumping all over Julius Brent at this spot. They got Juju for the slot. So they probably need more of a receiver that can play on the outside. We're gonna give him A.T. Perry out of Wake, who I think offers some versatility from that standpoint. The other guy I was considering was Marvin Mims, and he goes 1 pick later. A.T. Perry out of Wake Forest, pretty good size. I'll pause this just to talk about him for a second. Maybe I can click on from here. Yeah, 6'3", 198. Really good RAS score as well at 9.85. Really good in terms of his ability to separate and accelerate. I think he's a guy that can win at all 3 levels of the field. I think sneakily, like when you talk about, especially in this range, I think there's really good value for him. I think he's more of like I think you go top 50 for sure, but I think at this point, this is getting really good value for the Patriots, and they get a guy that can play on the outside. You pay Juju to play, I would assume, in the slot where he does his best work. So you get a guy on the outside in A.T. Perry. That receiver room just needs so much help. So I wouldn't even have an issue if they like double dipped. If they would have taken, they could have taken one at 14, and I, wouldn't have questioned it. Like Jordan Addison was very much in play. I think they really like Zay Flowers a ton, which I get. Despite just being 5'10", he's a guy that can win on the outside. He doesn't have to be relegated to the slot. And I think with a lot of guys in this class, it's like that's a slot receiver. Um, hmm. Should we draft them the other Chattanooga guy since they took Cole Strange last year? Nah. I really don't know where they would go. I don't love this board for them. Yeah, I mean they did, you know what? They lost a running back in Damian Harris. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Ramondre Stevenson is good. I think that they have some guys there. I'm gonna give him Roshan Johnson, the other running back from Texas, who very much is going to make a name for himself, in my opinion, at the NFL level. And I think I wouldn't use him, a ton on spec. I think he is a legit running back, but I think they're gonna fall in love with him just because special teams means so much to Belichick. And Roshan Johnson's a guy that can definitely play some special teams, and I think will relish in that. I think they're gonna fall in love with him through this process. If they haven't, I mean, we're getting pretty late, just a couple weeks till the draft. So, um, You're down the board a little bit here. I think they need some linebacker help. Maybe a little bit of a homer pick. Sir Dennis, the linebacker out of Pittsburgh, really good athlete at the linebacker position. If his pro day would have taken place at the combine, he would have tested as well as any linebacker there. Yeah, I think this is your coverage linebacker. I think he goes sideline to sideline, take up a ton of space for you at that second level of the defense. And I think they need a guy like that in that room. So I feel pretty good about that pick. We're on the board again. Mm, if I didn't just take Sir Dennis there, I'd probably be taking Dorian Williams in this spot. You know what? We're gonna go with a little bit of a swing here, I think. Maybe. Are we gonna do it? Yeah, we're gonna double down on the position we already took. We're gonna take Garrett Williams, the cornerback out of Syracuse. It's the very last pick of the 4 round mock draft. They hold the last pick of round 4. So immediately when I made that pick, it went to the recap here. But yeah, I think with Garrett Williams, a guy that you're seeing his stock kind of fall for a couple of reasons. I think one is a really good corner draft class. But his film just hasn't been the same the last couple of years. I mean, if this is a guy probably in like 2020, you were looking at like, oh, when he's draft eligible, he's probably a top 15 pick, might be the number 1 cornerback from his draft class. That's certainly not been the case anymore. But I think at this point, worth a swing for the Patriots. And in one draft class, you are really improving your cornerback room from a depth perspective, but also just the high end talent too. I mean, the ceiling of this cornerback room is drastically improved with the additions of Joey Porter Jr. and Garrett Williams. But Joey Porter Jr., Osiris Torrance, A.T. Perry, Roshan Johnson, Sir Dennis, and Garrett Williams is how we wrap up this 4 round mock draft for the New England Patriots. Whether you are a Patriots fan or you're just a fan of the NFL draft in general, let me know how you feel about this 4 round mock. Hit that notification bell, as I have said. Hit that like, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Don't miss a single video that we're putting out here as we lead up to April 27th NFL draft. As always, in the comments, let me know how you're feeling about the content in this video. Let me know what you would have done differently throughout, and we'll see you next time.